Hey, I wanted to make this quick video in transition because the old one no longer does it justice, the experience of bliss and ecstasy and happiness that I am going through. And I'm not yet ready to make a formal presentation, even according to Gene Keys. I need to allow my thought processes time to distill. But I did want to catch myself in this transition period and kind of convey the raw essence of it, if you will, in as many incoherent words, I guess, as I can. Um, what I'm going through is, yes, this increasing states of bliss. And even though my surroundings are wonderful, it's not even connected to the surroundings. Like yesterday, I had to all of a sudden go to town because I saw that one of my rabbits is sick. I've noticed it a few days ago. I tried to treat it, it didn't work, so I rushed off to the vet. And that whole situation was stressful. The trip to town was stressful. My motorcycle wasn't working, so I had to take the buggy, which was extra loud and stressful for me and the rabbit. And at the end of it all, at the vet, she did what she could, but it was the inflammation, the abscess, and the bone deterioration. It was just too much, so I had to make the decision to put it down. So all throughout all that relatively stressful, emotional, etc. day, I thought that's when the proof is in the pudding. I mean, it's one thing to be overly stout and happy sitting here in the hammock, contemplating life and just feeling all this energy. But even through all that day, it was sad, it was tears, it was stressful, but it was just permeated with this same sense of like gratitude for being alive, for having the experience of life, for having this, extended life, the rabbit life, all my animal life, that despite of how difficult and painful sometimes is. And it's just like, I don't know, like, I wish I could just put it in a box and give it to you. It's just this, like, it's delicious, it's on the inside, it's regardless of what's going on, it's just this overwhelming gratitude and peace and appreciation and bliss and yeah, and brings me back down to the current moment. The reason what I wanted to encapsulate is that the most of it is actually happens here in the hammock with a lot of self-judgment and things that I'm working through because it goes against pretty much anything that the world seems to stand by, whether it's, the regular societal world that I know a lot of people already questioning and leaving behind, but even the more new age spirituality world where it's more like, I gotta embrace my gifts and be a purpose driven leader and all those things. And even that is it's just falling apart and not really like right now, despite all my realizations and bliss and wanting to share it with like what's coming through, what's alive in me, what my body wants to do, what life seems to call me to do is just this, the hammock, the blanket, and the beverage, and the sea. And I'm just in this, just enjoying being state and enjoying being at the same time as, like I said, all these self judgments coming up. Like, why aren't I have all these ideas about how to spread the message and what the message should be. Like, why aren't I doing it? Why aren't I doing, I'm so lazy. Why aren't I doing all these things that I committed to, my clients in my web design business and other healers and coaches that I really wanted to support with my skills and I, offered. And here I am just laying in the hammock doing nothing. So all these things are coming up. All these things about, the world and the predominant narrative, even in the transformational New Age circles, are saying, gotta realize your gifts and gotta live a life of purpose, and that's what's gonna bring happiness. And I've just came out of the cycle of that for almost 2 months, was caught up in that and actually lost the bliss and the happiness. So pulling it right back, listening to my body, listening to life, and just really sitting with all the, it's weird. Like, I'm here to complain about sitting in bliss, but yes, sitting in bliss and dealing with all the stuff that comes up, because before I can confidently speak about it, I have to embody and deal with it in myself. The self-judgment, the why aren't I doing things? Am I, really some sort of lazy denial, the ego grappling, or is this, like, it feels like it's a necessary stage. It feels like this is what I want to promote. Just live and please, just be and be happy. But so much is going through my mind, and mostly my mind, yes. So much is coming up around just being in bliss that I'm processing. Would like to be sharing more and more as I'm processing, maybe not waiting for this final kind of conclusion. Yes, I have the Genius to Freak channel, and I don't mind letting my freak all hang out as I'm moving through my processes. Hopefully, it'll be of help to somebody else. There's a dime a dozen videos that tell you about the final outcome of the contemplation of the way to be, but I don't know. I just feel really it's beneficial to my own process to process out loud, and hopefully beneficial to somebody else, like transitioning and questioning and things. So that's me, longer than it should be, but I'm quite happy with what I let out. So let that be my key video for the moment until I'm ready to verbalize it all in a pretty concise little package for you. So yeah, thanks for listening, and let us all process our bliss in whichever way it comes.